Hello, hello, hello. It's another Tuesday and we have hopefully a slightly less chaotic class tonight. Make sure that you have your pens and papers because I have all of the what are they called? Measurements. Measurements is the word I'm looking for to share with you to make a fun fold card. And I think you're really going to like it. So welcome everybody that's joining me, whether it be for the first time or whether it's multiple times that you've joined me for. And we're going to have a lot of fun. So as always with my videos, tell me where you're watching from and say hello. We love to know where you are in the world. Usually I have people from Japan and from England, all sorts of places. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so hopefully you've all got pens and papers so that you can make a note of the measurements. I'm just going to square this up. I was in Cincinnati this past weekend and met lots of new friends, which I absolutely love, but I had to take my whole table to pieces to be able to bring this table with me. So it is tidy and hopefully tonight I can find everything that I'm looking for. So let me see if I can get the all the comments going. The gadgets are gadgeting. So let's go. So our piece of paper, it's a standard card size. It is a 5.5. Well, it's not actually, it's 5.5 by 11. That's the piece of cardstock that we're going to be using. Let me slide this across a little bit more again. And I've already scored it ahead of time so that you can see it. Let me just move that out of the way. And then hopefully you can, you'll be able to see all the measurements that I've got online. You have to excuse the green washi tape. I managed to cut it, not score it. So 5.5 by 11. So that's not, usually we use, if we're using 8.5 by 11, we would cut it in half. But this time I've gone along the length of the cardstock. It doesn't matter which way I do it. So 5.5 by 11, that would be your usual size. So it'll give you a little piece extra, so you can always cut some of the dies out of that. And the scoring at 1 inch, at 3 inches, at 7.25, and then at 11. All right. So what? Sorry, at 10, that's 10, not 11. I can't count because it's 11 inches in total. Let me change that. A quick fix. I apologize. So 1 inch, 3 inches, 7.25 and 10. So itchy inches, sun inches, nanateni go inches, ju inches. Okay, I think that's pretty straightforward. So it's 5.5 inches tall by 11 inches in total. So nice and easy. So obviously this is my template. So 1 inch, 3 inches, 7.25 and 10. All right, so that will give you this piece here, okay? So my 1, 3, 7.25 and 10. So when you fold it, it's going to give you like that. So could you do it this way? Absolutely. It's a gate fold with a twist. So usually your gate folds join in the middle. This one's going to overlap and come back on itself. And for a change, we're actually going to do it this way. Okay, so it's kind of fun. Let me put that to one side. Now you'll notice I had some scratch paper because we're going to do some ink distressing. So I have a piece of cardstock here. It is 2.75 by 5.5. So 2 3/4 by 5.5. So ni ten nana go kokero go tengo dozo. And we're going to ink distress it. And I'm using my little crumb cake, crumb cake ink spot is the word I'm trying to tell you. And what we're going to do is starting above the cardstock and ending after the cardstock, I'm just going to come down and I'm going to build it up so it gives you that effect of wood grain. You can come back in, you can build it up. You know, this is one of my favorite things to do. And the reason I'm using the ink spot, as you know, is because the regular full-size ink pads, let me show you. are foam based, and when it's the foam, they are super wet. So I prefer these ink spots because they are felt with a linen top. And the reason I love them is because you can get this great texture, okay? So that's piece number 1. I'm also going to do it on this piece, which is 1 inch by 5.5. So Itchy Inches, Kokeru, Go 10 Go. So 1 inch by 5.5. So that is the same size as one of the flaps. Now, a lot of the prep work I've already done today, just so that it doesn't make this video too long. I have the grandbaby this evening, and he wasn't well over the weekend. He had a bit of a temperature, so he's a bit grumbly. Papa is on bird duty tonight, so there may be some shrieking from downstairs. We hope not, but we never know, all right? So this piece is obviously going to fit on this piece here, all right? It will fit there. But because we have that score line, once we fold it back, you might find that you get that little bit of overlap. Now, that's perfectly natural because of that score line. We can trim it off and we can re-ink it. So I am not worried about that bit one little bit. So we'll just add some adhesive to this piece, all right? And we are going to stick it to our piece here, and I am going to fold it back and push it up into that fold so that it means that it folds flat. I don't want any additional bulk on this piece here. So we're going to just use my scissors, and with my 3-day event in Cincinnati, like I said, we saw lots of ladies. I had a fun make and take, and we dressed up. If you looked at the photos that I posted the other day, you'll see that I was the Queen of Hearts and my sweet friend Victoria was Alice, and we did the Alice in Wonderland theme, and all of those amazing cricket images that you saw around the booth were done by Fiona, and oh my gosh, she did such an amazing job. There were rolled flowers because we were painting the roses red. Now this piece is going to fit on this top section, and it doesn't matter if this is a whisker too wide because it's just going to overhang. So you can see that fun wood grain effect that we have going on there already. Now look at this fun pretty piece. I have used the stamp Cut and Emboss dies. Love these. So these are called the Glass and Gardens embossing folders, and you get 2. I couldn't figure out what this was when I ordered them, but you actually get 2. So this one looks like the top of a drinking glass, and you'll find it with the Cheers and Sips papers and sweets, you know, the one with all the glasses and the cocktails. And then the other one has this really pretty rose embossed background, and that's the one that I did. And I did a larger piece because I wasn't sure whether which side of the flowers I was going to use. Okay, so this is actually the bottom half of the roses, and I'm actually going to use the top half. So again, this is 1 inch, so you can see how pretty, but I'm hoping if I tilt it, you can see that pretty embossed image as I tilt it in the light. So and you know that whenever I have extra pieces, I actually tuck it into the envelope, so I have those spare pieces ready for another piece. Woo, slid underneath my glass mat. All right, this piece I'm going to fit on here. We'll put it the right way up, and as you can see, you'll notice that I've already edge distressed with my scissors all along those edges. They're rough edges on purpose to give it a bit of a texture. And this piece is going to fit along that top edge of that fold there. Look how pretty that is. Just that little bit. And this is Petal Pink. All right. The paper that I'm going, so this is 1 inch and this is 1 inch by 5.5. Hi, Wendy. And I'm sure other people have commented, but I'm looking down here. I'm not looking at my screen. Now, this piece of paper is left over from the mixed media florals. That's the paper, and it's the back side of it. And this piece is 2 inches by 5.5. It's so pretty with these florals. They're almost a watercolor effect, and I absolutely love them. And the same thing again, I'm almost folding it up and just sliding that paper down into it. And yes, again, that's that little bit too long because obviously we fitted it into that fold. I know I'm going super fast tonight and I'm not sure why. My brain is on speed version tonight. So we're going to trim it. Always turn your project over and do it from the opposite side, and then you get a nice crisp line. I could leave it like that, but to make it match, I'm going to just bring in my scissors and just scratch up the edges with my scissors to get this textured feel to it. If I hold it up to the camera, you'll be able to see all those sort of rough, shabby chic edges to that piece. Isn't that fun? I love this combination of this peachy pink. It's called petal pink, but it has this peachy pink color to it, and then the texture of the embossing, and then the visual texture of that ink distressing. All right, let's keep going. We're going to put a belly band on this. So this piece of cardstock is 2 inches by 9.5. So knee inches, Kokero, Q10 Go. All right. And I've scored it at 4 1/4, and then a little over 4 1/4, and then 8 1/2, and a little bit over 8 1/2. Because what I want to do, if you can see, I've scored it, and I have to hold it up. It's about 1/16 of an inch between these two folds, and I'm hoping that you can see, if I hold it super still on camera, I'm hoping you can see that additional little fold, okay? And I've done it at both ends, all right? Because this is a bulky card. Yeah, you can see it. It shows up really nicely. It's a bulky card. So if I just done it with that one score, it would have been very, very difficult to fold it. So this piece here is 4.25, so 4 1/4, the same as the card width. But by then adding on that next score, about 1/16 of an inch more, it means that I have that extra wiggle room to be able to slide this piece on and off the card. All right, so you do not want to do this tightly. You want to have it so that it is loose. You don't want it tight, otherwise you won't be able to slide it on and off your card. And we're just going to slide that and join that like that. And now my band will slide up and down my card. All right. So I have cut 2 pieces of cardstock and I've embossed them with that same embossing folder. So these are 4 inches tall and they are 1.75 inches wide. And we're going to put one on the front and one on the back. Now, this will be fun. Please hold. I'm just ferreting through my, that's an official terminology, ferret. Ferreting through my little petal pink ink spot, because what I'm going to do on these 2 pieces, because again, we're going to use this flat ink pad, and we're just going to start over the top and very gently just come down that piece, and all those embossed layers, the areas that stick up in the middle of stick up from the middle of the cardstock, they're going to pick up that ink. Can you see? So it makes that pattern show. So whereas the pattern is here, you can't actually see it. You can see it up close in person, but it doesn't show a lot. So let's put some adhesive on these. And there's 1 and 2. One on for the front and one for the back. Let's get rid of this piece. Oh, I like that. I really do. And we're just going to pop that piece here. And then we'll put one on the back. Why not? Super, super pretty. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? You see, step by step. All right. Are you liking this card? You better be giving me some love and hugs. All right, so let's get on to the notes and totes bit of our card. Now, I've already cut everything ahead of time because there were a lot of pieces. All right, so the dies that we're using are from the Notes and Totes, and the die reference number is 165240. And look how fun these are. So these patterns here on the stamp set, which is 165239, these could be used for decorating your paper. You could decorate the tote bag. You've got this cute splatter, these flowers, sending warm wishes. Newsflash, you're fabulous. Exclusive, made just for you. You've got a cute flower, the sun, the water droplets. Just a note. So grateful, a true story, and you earned it. And those are the stamps there. We're actually using some of these dies, and you know that I keep my dies inside my pack. Any extra pieces, you know, go inside the bag. And here we go. Let's explain some of these. So you have this cute wood grain effect. It makes a great fence. You've seen me use this set before, but we are going to make a cute bag, and we're going to use this die, and I already cut it out. This is the handle that I used, and I also used this, which is the bottom of the tote. So let me show you those pieces for a start. I just don't want to lose any of my pieces. They're all cut out very carefully, and we're going to build this up bit by bit. So here, oops, is my tote. So I cut it out first of my white cardstock, and then you can see that I came in with that same embossing folder and I just embossed it. Okay, I also snipped off this piece here because I don't need it. So I'm left with this piece, and I'm just going to fold it on this score line here at both ends. So this score line and this score line. All right, so it's like that. Now, can you fold it at this line as well? Yeah, sure, you could. You could make it smaller. You could put two of these back to back and glue them together, and that way it would be a flat pocket. Or you could even make it 3D, okay, by gluing the next one on top, and then you would have a little gift pocket. Super, super fun. We're going to keep it more flat because it's going to go on the outside of our pocket. I also used these two dies. Let me pull them forward. Here is my little seashell, and you can see I've already come in here with my wink of Stella, and to make it all shiny. And I also have, somewhere in this little pile, I have my starfish, and I'll explain how I did that in a minute. Here's my handle. I've cut that in Night of Navy. All of this brown is actually cake crumb, but I've inked my starfish. I also took the little luggage tag and cut that out, and again just pressed my ink pad directly onto it, and I'll explain that piece again as well in a minute. I have my water bottle, which is here, and I cut that again out of that same paper. And then I also cut it again, and I just cut out the top section. And then I have, again, wink of Stella on that to make it look like the lid of the bottle. I cut out this piece here, which is a tie, and I've used the same paper, mixed media floral paper, and I've used the back side of it. I'm going to give you these paper piece sizes as well. And then the sunglasses. So you put this through and it will cut. Here is the base, as you can see. And I've done that in the pink. This is Calypso Coral, just so you know. When you cut it out again, oh no, don't let me lose the top of my glasses. Here they are. Whew. It also cut out, oh, I keep dropping it with my nails. This piece here, which is the overlay for the glasses. Okay, yeah, it's going to take a little bit of tweezers to line those up, and it also, you push out the centers, and then you've got the hearts. Okay, so we're going to be using a heart, which is the center of the flowers, and then you'll see that I cut this piece out again in black cardstock, because that's going to be my sunglasses again, and I just snipped off the ends and the center. Okay, here's the bottom of my bag. This piece here, which I'm going to fit along there. So I'm just giving you all of the pieces I'm using. There's a lot. And then I took some leaves, which came from the Mediterranean Blooms. No, Citrus Blooms dies, which is 163294. And these are these leaves here, okay? And I just found a little flower die that I liked, so I cut out that flower die as well. So we have lots of bits and pieces to build up our front, but I wanted to show you the pieces that I used for a start. I also cut out this handle as well for the top of the bag because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use. I don't know where I've put it now, but I actually decided to go with this one instead. All right, so you have a couple of options for these Notes and Totes dies. Do you have to use them with the stamp set? No, absolutely not. This is one of those summer tote dies that you could use on anything, and it's, I say, 165240. All right, let me make some space. Okay, this piece, again, cake crumb cardstock, is 3 inches by 4.25. 3 inches by 4.25. I'm going to take this off, all right? And then I have a piece of that mixed media paper, which is 2.75 by 4. So let me just attach these. And then I need to find my Tombow glue, because that's what we're going to be using to stick things together. So we'll just attach those, and I apologize because they are over here in the bag of fabulosity. The good thing about me tidying up is I found my silicone mat, which is going to be so useful for putting this together. All right, let's get this going. So you can see that I've done my little tote bag, and it's going to fit perfectly on there like that. All right, so let's come in here with this adhesive. We're going to do little dots. Why do we do little dots? I hear you ask. Because if you put big dots or a lot of adhesive, it is going to squidge out everywhere. Squidge being the official terminology. Squirt, squidge, smush, call it whatever you will. And we're just going to hold it just in place just for a second. And again, using those small dots means that it dries fast. You can see how much I'm putting on. Just little dots. It's not going to squeeze out the edges. It's enough to hold it, and it's not going to take too long to dry. Look how cute this bag is already, you guys. Isn't it adorable? Just by putting that on. And then we're just going to put the little handles on. Again, 2 little dots of the Tombow adhesive. This is the multi-purpose glue. I love it. I'm going to attach it to our bag. Okay, before I go any further, I'm actually going to attach it to this piece here. And we're going to attach it. Now we're going to use the card. I'm just going to flip it over. It'll give me where I need to put it, because we're going to slide that on. It just seems such a shame to hide all that embossing, but I think I want to. Okay, after all that. So we are going to put slightly larger dots. Okay. And it is all quiet downstairs, which is slightly worrying. Both the boys are home now, so there's 3 grown men looking after 1 baby who is almost 1. Can you believe he's going to be a year old next week? Okay, straight is really good, Sarah. Hang on a minute. That's more important. Yeah, 1. My little bird is going to be 1 year old next week. Can't believe it. It's gone so fast. Where's the time gone? The days go fast, or the days are short and the years go fast, something like that. All right, let's keep putting these pieces together. So I told you that I'd cut out a bottle, and then I cut out the bottle again. I did it in Misty Moonlight cardstock, and then I covered it with Wink of Stella. I'm going to bring in my little tweezers because I can't pick it up with my nails, and just 2 little dots of adhesive. We can pick this piece off and just layer it on top. So now my water bottle has a metallic looking lid. How stinking cute is that? Okay, and the other good thing about using the liquid adhesive is you've just got those few seconds where you can wiggle stuff around. We also have a what are they called? Ribbon tie, a tie to go around, which is super cute to decorate our tote. And let's bring in some, oh my goodness, my brain is just, it's on the fritz. I'm sorry. We are bringing in the Stampin' Dimensionals 3D foam pieces. All right, so we're going to peel the backing off these, but we're going to use adhesive at the top. All right, let's just move those out of the way. And these pieces are big enough that I can just put a little dot on them. So it will stick the top down, but it will leave the tail sticking up, so it gives it dimension. You don't want all of your card, or I prefer not to have all of my card glued flat, okay? We're going to put our water bottle here, so it looks like it's standing next to the bag. I know we're going to put the seashell next to it. Before I go much further, we want to bring in some ferns and greenery, but let's just put our sunglasses together. So we're going to do a little dot in the center, and then let's pick it up. Now you can see that my sunglasses are shiny, and you're going to say, Sarah, how did you do that? So like I told you, it is black cardstock, and then I went over it with the liquid adhesive and just glue those pieces down. And I did it earlier on, so because it is so humid here in Michigan right now, and it is so hot in this house, as you know, I wanted to give it a chance to dry before tonight. So I just took my cardstock pieces and I went over it with the fine tip glue, 138309, if you have it, and it dries clear. So if you were familiar with the Close to My Heart liquid glass, it is very similar. It's a slightly runnier glue than the liquid glass was. The liquid glass was a little bit thicker, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to let that sit for a second before I go any further, because it needs to just set up before I start trying to put these pieces on top. So let's come in with some greenery. We're going to put some greenery here. We're going to put a little bit of greenery coming out of the bag. We're going to put a starfish coming out of the bag, because why not? I think. I know we're going to put this heart coming in here. I'm going to put a little bit of greenery coming out there as well. It looks like it's down by the beach. All right, I like that. Okay, so we also have a little luggage tag. Okay, we can put in there. Oh no, it's a perfect excuse for a gem. Oh no, actually, I'm going to tuck it in. I'm going to tuck it in so it looks, there we go, that's the way I want to do it. Oh, somebody's squeaking. Yes. Oh, it needs to go on top. It definitely needs to go on top. You know, sometimes this is what it takes. People say, how do you design something? And it's a matter of just layering stuff up and deciding where you want it. Mum, I can hear downstairs. He hasn't been very well. He's picked up a virus. There's a lot of viruses going around apparently. And so he's been very clingy and very whiny, which is not my little bird. He's not usually whiny at all. He's the least a whiny baby I've ever met, actually, to be fair on him. But right now, he is super whiny. Well, aren't we all whiny when we don't feel well? I know I certainly am, as my family will attest, right? Poor little soul. And he's biting everything. It's like, God, it's like keeping a crocodile. Honestly, everything. My sofa, me, my necklace, my bracelets, the dog, if you can catch her. Poor Ghosty. That's my daughter's dog. Okay, we're going to put that there. And again, I think I'm going to put some 3D foam tape on this. Give it a bit of... This is going to be a pretty bulky card, I'm telling you. This is probably going to be a hand-delivered card, not a mailed card. Unless you're going to get it hand stamped, which you can. It just costs you a little bit extra to have its hand, do you call it franked? We call it franked in England. I don't know what you call it here. Hand cancelled, I think you call it here. There we go. Look how cute that water bottle is, just by printing it in that, cutting it from that printed paper. So how did I do the texture on these, on this what's it called, starfish. If I turn this over, you'll be able to see. So what I did is I put my die cut on my paper and then literally took my ink pad and went down over the top of it. And I did the same thing with my luggage tag. So if I hold it up, you actually get the pattern of that linen of the surface of the ink pad, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to have some texture to it. So isn't that cool? I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Right, I think actually I want to put that other leaf up there and it will look like it's going up there. Do you like this? Give me some hearts if you do. I hope you do. We have lots of new people on our Legacies of page here, and also in my private Paper Crafting with Sarah Facebook page. So if you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. You can also find any of my older videos on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. So because Facebook has now decided to delete videos after a certain length of time, I've started uploading them to Facebook. So you will find my videos on Facebook, sorry, on YouTube as well. So make sure you go check them out and like and subscribe, and then you won't miss any. All right, I did not, in my defense, upload last week's Insanity because it was a hot mess express. I am aware of that. Everything that I touched went wrong, so I am not uploading that one to YouTube. But call me quirky. All right, so we're going to put the little starfish there. And okay, this is dried enough between the two layers for me to add those sunglasses. So we're just going to put a little squidge of the liquid adhesive on there. And then I'm going to take it and we're just, you know the trick, just going to dip all the layers, take off the extra. The nice thing is it does dry clear, which is nice. And then we are going to put it on and try and hold it still. There we go. And not have it stick to my nails. Okay, beautiful. Beauty-os. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. These are so cute. We're going to let that just sit for a second. Hang on, let's flip it over and get it out the glue. Sit for a second and let it dry. And then while I'm doing that, let's find some gems that will go with this. And I think that these gems here, now I'm not sure if they're still available, so don't be mad at me if they are not. They are the adhesive back swirl dots 163464, and they are the same kind of colors. They've got that peachy color that you'll find in the paper. You've also got some of these pearly ones. Yeah, and I can find it because my table is clean. I know, don't be judging. Tell me that you've all got a table that looks like the paper fairy has vomited on it, because mine usually does. For those of you who know me well, and most of you do, you know that the paper fairy is not kind to Sarah's. Right, so let me just squish that with my fingers just to make sure it's well done. And I think we'll have them hanging so it looks like they're hanging out the side of the bag. I was going to put them that side. Oh, no, I don't know. But I kind of like them hanging over that side of the bag. Okay, let's get the actual card and let's slide it on, because that sometimes helps you when it's all finished. So this is not a difficult card. Are there a lot of pieces on it? Yeah, absolutely there are. Is it absolutely worth it? Totes worth it. Totes worth it. Totally worth it. Totes worth it. How cute is this? I still think I like them over there. And I'm going to put 3D foam tape behind them because I can. Because how bulky does this card need to be? Obviously bulkier according to the lesson of Sarah, right? Because everybody needs 19 layers on a card, because it's so much cuter. Oh, don't stick to my glass mat. See, this is where everything's going to custard. All right, so it looks like it's hanging over the edge of the bag. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Let's move this out of the way before I stick my card into it. Do you love it? Is that the cutest card ever? Yes. Absolutely it is. I'll put a few more gems on it. Why not? Why not? They almost give me the illusion of pearls. So it's like a seasidey beach tote. And I think it's adorable. So what could you use this card for? You could now put a gift card in the top. You know, give Sarah a coffee gift card. You slide it open and then you write your sentiment on the inside. So this could be a graduation card. It could be a birthday card. It could be a, hey, we're going to the beach card. We're going on vacation. It could be just any celebratory card that you wanted. A thinking of you. It could be a new teacher card. Sorry, the summer's over, but here's a coffee card to help you get through the school year. I did do these little flowers as well, and why would I not put them in? Let's put them in. Hey, at this point, we absolutely can. I cut them out. We might as well put them on. So can you think of any other things that you could use this card for? Put in the comments below. What would you use this card for? I'm going to look for the comments. I'm going to stand up and look at the comments in just a second and see what you write. So make sure you will. Let's put a flower in there as well. Oh, super cute. I'll put another flower. Oh! Hang on. Let's stick it on my tweezers and then I can hold it and see where I want it. A bit there, I think. Oh, no, I actually quite like it. Oh, I quite like it there. Okay. And then this one. Anybody told me in the comments what you think I should use this card for? Oh, yeah, we're going to put it there. Okay. Cute. Super, super cute. You love it? I hope you've enjoyed it. Before you go, I just want to tell you that today, haha, this side, all products containing our 5 new 2025-27 colours of the year are on sale. So not just the ink pads, not just ribbons, not just gems, not just paper, but paper sweets. If they have one of these 5 colours in them, they're on sale on my website. Yes! Do you love that? Card kits, DSP, Designer Series paper, ribbons, inks, cardstock, anything that has one of these 5 colours in it is on sale on my website, sarahbatkin.stampinup.net. You'll also see that the new updated list of last chance products is up there too. So make sure you check out those last chance discounted items as well. We love a sale, right? So I will see you next Tuesday. See, I told you that this class would be less chaotic tonight, so I hope you've had fun with me, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye!